Welcome to the Real Salty Podcast. Please join Stephanie and Caitlin as we dive into life in Florida, the good, the salty, and everything in between. We'll chat about real estate, family, sports, building a community, and all the unique things that make living in the Sunshine State so special. Plus, we'll bring on some amazing special guests to share their stories and expertise along the way. So grab your favorite drink and get ready to laugh, learn, and get a little salty with us.
Hey guys, welcome back for another episode of the Real Salty Podcast. We're so happy that you're with us. What's up?
Nothing. How about you?
No, another day, another dollar, right?
Right. I mean, it's Monday, right?
It was an okay Monday. I kind of say that out loud without wanting the universe to hear it, but because it's not, it's only 6:15, but it was calm for Monday.
And there's going on tonight, so we gotta get you out so you can get home and get your game face on.
Oh, yeah, my Chiefs. Yeah. So recapping for the NFL, we won't be able to talk about my team yet because they actually play Monday Night Football tonight.
Monday Night Football. That's right.
Very excited to see the progression that hopefully we can keep going and build upon with our last game where it kind of looked like we actually knew what we were doing and get paid to be here.
Yep. That's right. That's right.
So very excited about that. Still a couple more games before we get Rashid Rice back, so we'll wait for him. But at the same time, I was pretty encouraged after the last game. The only thing I don't like is that it's an 8:15 Eastern Standard Time, which I'm gonna be tired.
It's just painful. It's just painful, and unless I'm really, really like paying attention to the game, the only thing I could say is the Manning brothers are on, and those are always fun to watch.
I did see
like
that they're gonna be.
them.
They're going to be calling this one tonight too.
Yeah.
So yeah, good. That'll be funny. But
their banter is just they do such a good job at their banter.
I just physically won't be able to wait or won't be able to stay up for the end of the game.
No,
that's
me
just
too.
the reality. I'm going to
be.
fall asleep sitting up on the couch, and then at a certain point, I'm going to be like, I'm going to bed.
Yeah. No, I won't be able to either. But that's fine. So that will be good. And some of the teams. So we have Philly.
Well, no, before we talk about the dethroning, let's talk about the Bucks, right?
Yes.
Come on, let's talk about your team right now because
so
I'm
good.
Happy for you.
They are so handicapped right now too. It's just
I know.
I don't know how they're doing it. They have so many holes in their lineup, and it's just giving some fantastic opportunity for some of the other ones to step up.
Apparently the Seahawks were also playing with missing holes, right?
Yes.
And so they were down at least 6 or something like that on their offensive side. So
yeah, it's pretty. I guess you're right. That's pretty equal back and forth with that whole thing. But
in my opinion, though, the Buccaneers just look like the better team when I watched that game. Sorry, Seattle.
And it's like what 4 games in, and Ibuka is like clearly the MVP of the league. I mean, he's
oh
amazing.
my gosh, yeah,
he's amazing.
Did you see that his collegiate counterpart was playing for the other team, and they kind of went tit for tat there a couple times?
They did. Yeah. They did. Yeah. So it was a good game. It was a fun game. Of course, it was down to the wire, true Baker style. It's just where the Bucks are at right now, and how they're just fighting for every single score that they get. And a win is a win.
A win is a win at the end of the day.
Yeah, and then we saw the Eagles go down, which was crazy.
Speaking of non-wins,
I know. Speaking of it, so the Eagles took a little tumble.
Undefeated team before this weekend, the Bills.
With the Bills, yeah.
Oopsie.
Trish will actually say it's because of the uniforms, because they wore a different uniform last night, and that is not good luck to them.
I have a question
we all
for you.
believe that stuff.
Okay, we'll go tangent real quick, and then I'm going to get real smart, Alec, for my Eagles Bills fans. The uniforms. I have a question. The Buccaneers uniforms. Is Creamsicle like just back forever now? Is this like
no,
official?
It's a throwback because it's the 50th anniversary and that's what they started with.
So it's just like all season. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure money talks that they've been selling it, and so they're just they did the orange with the white last year, and I was like, that's like way too much for me, but I do like the white.
Well, it's just very Texas Longhorn, like that color combination to me. I'm like, okay,
yeah, and so they did the white and the orange, and
Creamsicle.
I don't know. I could, yes, creamsicle technically. Well, I actually don't even know what the technical word is. We've just named it that because that's what it looks like, is a
It
creamsicle
does.
pop that your mom would buy you from the freezer that
It's
you said, who bought this crap?
Let's say this. It's a soft orange. It's not like a Bengal orange, okay?
No.
It's a soft orange, and that's why I said
it's an orange with opacity layered over it.
Ooh, there's a word, right?
There's some word.
Oh my God, we're talking. I just had a flashback to Steel Magnolias, where they're in the locker room because that one Betty bought a radio station, and the one woman's talking about the new uniforms, and the one lady breaks in and goes, "No one gives a shit about the uniforms. They want to talk about touchdowns and tackles." And here we are. Like, would you call that champagne or would you call that opaque orange?
Yeah, what color would you think that exactly? That's right.
Anyway,
that's what we're doing.
Movie quote time. But
yeah, we could spend a whole episode talking about uniforms and what we do or do not like. But
oh no.
Anyway,
we can, but I want to get a little bitter Betty. I want to be a little petty Polly here right now. I mean, it happens to the best of us. Eagles and Bills. Okay.
It does.
So the next time all these little friends want to drop little comments into my inbox and, sneak up behind me and whisper, stats that don't exist yet, just remember your day will come. And so
that's right.
You still have a beautiful season. You both still are 4.
Yeah, there's so much more this season.
And I have no doubt that we have not heard from the last of you, both of you. But at the end of the day, I didn't send you a message. I didn't send any gloating crap. Granted, I'm on my public forum of a podcast right now.
Right.
I digress.
Rising from the ashes is Caitlin.
I just want everyone, this is going to be so controversial. I just want everyone to know that I'm the bigger person.
But you should not, I'm so superstitious with this. You should not be doing this right before you play.
No, I shouldn't.
You know what? Here's the moral.
No, I shouldn't. I shouldn't.
The moral of the story.
The moral of the story is we're all human. No, I'm just kidding.
At least we're not. Well, what it is at least we're not Jets fans.
Sweet Mary, man. Sweet Mary. How much longer do we think they'll keep that coach? I don't know. And they always seem to be the scapegoat. He is new, but it doesn't matter. I'm telling you, like, who else are they going to scapegoat for this?
I would tell them to burn the stadium down and start over, but that's where the Giants play, so that's no good. Yeah. So anyway, well, good luck tonight.
Thank you. And I will say this, there was one win. Oh, wasn't it the Broncos that beat the Eagles?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
So as a conference division, I'm not very happy to see the Broncos put a W on their scoreboard, but if it had to be them to do it, okay, fine.
You just literally weren't gonna get picky.
Well, I could either vengefully want the Eagles to lose, or divisionally, I could want the Eagles to win. And apparently, I'm bitter.
Right. Apparently, we're getting very technical.
Well,
that's right.
It's a what's the word? An internal struggle. You got Angel here, you got Devil Caitlin here. Trust me, they're there more often than not. But
yes. No, 2025 Caitlin is a positive Caitlin, so we're good.
She was until quarter 3. No, I was kidding. She was doing her very best. God bless her. And you all ruined it. No, I'm just kidding. All right. No, we truck on. So I will say this: happy for your husband. The Commanders also won.
Yes. After a slow start,
gentlemen, congratulatory.
Yes, exactly. After a slow start to the game, as Jaden Daniels was out last week, they came back. So he was in one room screaming at the TV, and I was at the other room screaming at the TV. So it was a happy life after both those games yesterday. So that was good. Well,
that still sounds calmer than the scenario that I walked into last football season, where you had 4 televisions. Yeah. One room, and there was a ton of people watching family wise, and I was just like,
you're like, don't mind me, I just went through a hurricane.
I'm just here for my laundry. And I was like, I could not watch games like that. It was incredibly overstimulating for me. I was just I don't know where to look. Like, oh my God.
It is. And which one is actually got the voices,
the sound,
right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it's not easy, but with the boys at college now, true. Michael doesn't, he only watches the game he wants to watch. And so but that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, so we've got that. You've got that going on tonight. And
I do. And I'm
and
not
we'll see
counting
if
my eggs.
I don't think who are they playing tonight?
The Jaguars.
Okay, so I don't think Taylor will be there
Not.
because she's on the Tonight Show tonight.
I did see that, and actually,
So,
she's
and
got
that would have been
she's got things
Not that
going
she's
on
got her own
again.
jet,
She's
but
kind of
yeah.
got something going on again.
Yeah.
So.
So I know that you're not an incredible Swiftie, and I wouldn't rate myself as a diehard Swiftie too, but I'm very aware. I mean, I went to the Miami and Tampa concert, so I call me what you want after that. My daughter and I.
Let's just be clear for the lovely listeners. I don't follow Taylor Swift, and I'm not engulfed in this the culture of Swifties the way that you are with your daughter and everything, and that's something you guys enjoy together. I do, however, think that she is an amazing artist, and I'm like, it's so recognizable what she's done for the music industry as a single female performer and artist and songwriter and lyricist and all the things. I mean, she is one of what will go down in history as one of our greatest artists of our generation.
And she has kind of nicknamed every single album an era for herself,
right?
As depending on kind of where she is in her life. And I mean, The Life of the Showgirl is the name of the latest album that came out, and it came out at 12 o'clock on Friday morning. So you better believe I spent the next hour and a half listening to the album twice because it's 41 minutes long. But
in the middle of the night.
No, I went to go set my alarm because I go to bed around 10. I set my alarm for 11:59, had everything ready so I could put the earbuds in and listen to it. And when I went to go set my alarm, I looked, and the alarm the last time I had set it for 11:59 was for the Tortured Poets Department. So clearly, maybe that might make me a little bit more of a Swiftie than I care to admit.
I think you're fully engulfed at this point.
Yeah. So I was pretty tired on Friday, and I listened to it all day on Friday. But so every album she always pulls back to like being an era. Well, this girl is in her saucy, raunchy, horny era. Let me tell you that much. Oh, it's racy.
Well, because somebody better be doing something with that piece of man. I'm sorry, but like, good.
Oh, you listen to the album and you'll know what she's doing with that piece of man.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right.
It is like, okay. So she's got 12 songs on there, 11 kind of pull back to all the other albums, and she's got a couple of songs. Well, The Life of the Showgirl. Yeah, I mean, like.
Well, no, what I was about to say. Well, thank God she put this era out when your daughter is like age appropriately enough to listen and know this. Because can you imagine if your daughter was like 11 and you listen, you're like, well, I got a lot of explaining to do.
Well, no, you're right, because father figure is interesting to say the least. I mean, there's all these theories as to what she's saying and why she's saying it, but you have to listen to that one. But and then Opalite is another one, which is what I guess Travis says is his favorite song. But Wood is the one. I mean, it's a superstitious, turns into knock on wood,
insinuating.
Yes, quite a bit. It's comical in a lot of ways, and it's, oh my gosh, Taylor,
I love it.
I know you, but
I'm
there's one
excited,
song on there. Yeah, you'll have to listen to it. But the one song that I think that you'll actually really like, because I feel like you and I have talked a little bit about this, is the song called Honey.
Okay.
And how you can go to a bar and a girl can be like, oh, honey, what are you doing? Because they're angry with potentially like your placement. Maybe you're talking to the wrong person that they didn't want you to talk to. And you and I've had a lot of conversation about this. And the song goes back to like Travis being able to call her honey, and she no longer hates that word, because all the time she was called sweetheart and honey before. It was always like, honey, you leave my man alone, and stuff like that. So it's a good album. It's worth the listen. There's layers and layers and layers, as it always is. But yeah, I mean, she's she's done a ton of UK interviews, which is fun. And then she's doing.
What was You're a movie theater goer. Sorry to interject. Did they do
No,
something for like
they
3 days
did.
only this weekend? You
Yeah,
could
they
go
did the
listen
Life of
to
a
it.
Showgirl. You could watch the whole, listen to the album and watch whatever behind the scenes that was going on. So Flynn and I did that for the Eras tour when it came out. Once she produced the video for the Eras tour, Flynn and I actually went to the Sundial over in St. Pete because at that time it was only in select. When we bought the tickets, it was only in selective cities. It ended up being, mass produced, and you can go to any movie theater there was. We didn't know that at the time, but we didn't feel the need to do it this time. And quite frankly, as you know, my daughter is just too damn busy.
Right.
She's
Well,
just too
I just want to
busy.
make sure that this isn't going to just, come out on Apple. Sorry.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. I
Please
mean, you
tell me
can watch
Taylor
her
Swift hasn't
new.
signed some permanent contract where all of her shit will be filmed in Apple on Apple and the
Right. Well,
Apple.
the Eras tour is technically on Disney, but her video dropped last night.
Well,
The
they're
life
lucky they did the right thing then, because I'll tell you
they
one thing,
did.
she wouldn't have allowed that to go on.
No,
Sorry.
she would not have. No, you're right. Yeah, especially if she had this contract coming up. But the video dropped last night, The Life of a Showgirl, and you actually
Okay.
should watch it because you would really, I mean, you like musicals, and
I do. I
it's a
enjoy a good
very
performance.
produced.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
would really, really, really like the videos. That's
So I have
my
a question. Do you remember
yes.
that kind of like campy movie that was something about the showgirl? Remember? And she wound up pushing that other girl down the stairs, and it was the girl from Saved by the Bell that was in it. Hang on. Girl.
Tiffany
1990.
Thiessen.
Here we go. Showgirls. Elizabeth Berkley was in it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Did you ever watch Showgirls?
I don't know if I have actually.
Okay,
I
well then my next
maybe.
question won't be applicable, but this was filmed in 1995, and this is about a girl that moves to Vegas, and she finds herself in the showgirls world, and it's very competitive and it's very cutthroat, and it's very, kind of what she goes through being in the industry
Yeah.
and business and stuff like that. Um, but it's
Yeah,
risque.
if it's a nod to that.
And
Yeah.
I was wondering, that's what I was about to ask you. I was like, does it nod at all to this 1995 cult classic in my mind, Showgirls? That was my
And
question.
I not that I'm aware of, but it's possible
Okay.
because she's so I mean they study her in universities now because of her layers of what she does. I mean, like
Yeah.
the song Father Figure, obviously she got the rights from George Michael's group. They allowed it, and but she whispers like I protect my family 6 times, and the whole thing is supposed to be about her getting her masters back, like getting all the rights to her music back. And
Wow.
there was 6 albums that she didn't own, and so did she do that on purpose? Probably, because that's how calculated she is, where she would say it in the chorus only 6 times because that was 6 albums, and that's why she did it. So I wouldn't be surprised if she was, but that song specifically, Sabrina Carpenter and her sing together,
Oh,
and it's
wow.
more of a trying to protect the next generation from what she already knows. Her second song on the album is called Elizabeth Taylor, and her almost asking her like, I mean, Elizabeth Taylor was married like what, freaking 8 times?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
is this going to be my fate if I go down this road? Like, can you tell me if this is my fate too? So, I mean, she's
Oh,
just, I mean, she's just,
I just
even
got
if you don't like
chills.
her music, she's just brilliant with
No, it's
what,
it's not even that I don't particularly like it. I just
yeah, I mean,
it
just anyone that
doesn't.
might be listening or is sick of her, I'm sorry, but
I'm
too
sorry.
bad.
I'm actually, you know what? I'm sorry for you
Yeah,
because
I
if
am
you
too.
can't just calmly turn the dial or whatever it is, or fast forward through us talking about this, you have bigger.
I know. I mean, and what she does for like, and there's a couple of things like she had some beef, for lack of word, for Charlie and that whole Brat Summer thing. And so there's some conversation that one of the songs is about that too. And part of it is so, but anyway, I'll get off my Taylor Swift. I could go on
No,
a
I
whole
feel like
episode about her. It's amazing.
before it's all said and done, I'm gonna be like trying to tag along with you and Flynn.
Yeah, oh no, you don't need to tag along. You
The
can be a
only
part
thing
of
I'm
it.
concerned about, and actually this just entered my brain, and trust me, I'll do a check-in with my sister-in-law later, but my 5-year-old niece, like whole level of Swiftyism.
Easily.
Just, I'm
Oh
talking like
yeah.
that it's so funny too because, and I'm a couple eras behind, aka albums behind, but one of the summers I remember going back and I, of course, again, not being engulfed, a 4-year-old asked me to play Taylor Swift. I play I stay out too late, something like
Yes.
bopping because
Yeah.
we're gonna have
Yeah.
fun and dance. And she's like, no. And she said 2 songs, I can't even recall them at this moment, from at the time that current album.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
play them. And trust me, I love my nieces dearly, and this actually made me fall in love a little bit more with her. But it is a dark kind of
Probably
ballad, just
Reputation. Yeah.
just spooky sounding,
Mm-hmm.
like, there was no like
Yes.
lead of any kind. It
Yes.
really was like a songwriter kind of song. And she immediately goes into these like lyrical poses
Oh
with it
yeah.
and
Oh
everything.
yeah.
And I literally look at my sister-in-law and she's like, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
she feels
Yeah.
it. And
Yeah.
so
She does feel it.
I'm
She's
a
in
little
it.
concerned because if you try to keep this album from her, the edited version better follow very
Well,
quickly.
there
We're
it
gonna
is,
need the
and
Kids Bop
yeah,
version
there's the
very
serious
quickly.
radio version, and where she like says, like one of the way that in the father figure, she says, you know, I'll win because my dick's bigger. Like she says that, but on the version that is like on radio, she says
Right.
my check is bigger.
Oh, all right.
So there is another version of it. So it is in like Lover was one of, or no, that she did this whole like play on Shakespeare forever ago, and it actually is what kind of ignited her into the Romeo and Juliet. And she made it more of a, it's called Love Story. She made it a love story that like ends
Okay.
well, like whereas Romeo and Juliet obviously is a tragedy. Well,
Yeah.
that's what she did with Ophelia. So Ophelia being a Hamlet
Okay.
character that died
Yep.
of depression, blah blah blah. That's the first song on the album where she does a nod to like basically I mean, you could only assume it's Travis at this point, and of course it would be since they're engaged. Like that, she almost had the fate of Ophelia happen to her, and like she flipped the script and said basically like, "Thank you for not having me be Ophelia," very much like what she did with Love Story forever ago. So,
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, but like the conversation about the Shake It Off, like those are the same producers
Okay.
this time around, so it does have a much more upbeat
Well, and
versus like Reputation, Midnights, like where it was like, whoa, like,
well, and again,
yeah,
there's a time and a place for it. I just kind of was like, again, not
yeah,
being
it's a
completely
5-year-old. It's a
engulfed in the
5-year-old.
Swiftie society. I was just like, I didn't know she did shit like this. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
honest.
it's a
I didn't know
5-year-old.
she did
Yeah,
stuff. I
you
didn't
didn't, you
know she
wouldn't hear
did
that on the
music like that.
radio.
So when then all of a sudden I see, a child in front of
Yeah.
me doing like, I'm like,
You're
well,
like, okay, yeah.
well, and
So,
I'm like, do we
but
need to play
anyway,
like Down with the Sickness like later? Like,
right,
let's get dark, like,
exactly,
just kidding.
exactly. You're like, what is
No, but
going
I'm very
on?
excited. I'm sure that, 2026, Caitlin will have much more to comment on with that. But I do love that you keep me up to date because again,
Yeah.
she is an aspiring role model, I
Yes,
think, because again, we were just talking about her take from Ophelia from Hamlet and
yes,
Shakespeare, and it's like I hate to say, things we say now, but it's like half the kids these days, I can't understand what they're saying.
nope.
All the girls whisper sing, which is neither here nor
Hmm.
there. Okay, great. I can, whatever. But then if it's not all the guys going, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm
It's like,
trying to keep up, but
you're
there's
like a
like no
Lamar.
rhythm. I mean,
Yeah.
God, they make like early 2000s pop and hip hop and number one sound like grammatically, phonetically, everything is crystal clear.
Yes.
And now I'm just like, what did he say?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Well, I guess I would say to end that, we got 4 months to figure out Bad Bunny, right?
yes, and granted, I know that kid's gonna come with a good beat, so at least I can get down with him,
Oh,
even
yeah.
if I don't speak the language in
I'll
which
be
he's singing
I'll
to
have
me.
to turn on the captions during that part of this part of the Super Bowl. I'll
You
be
know
turning on
what
the
we should
captions.
do? We should go through and have your children tell us his biggest hits that we need to familiarize ourselves with,
Exactly.
please, and make a list for us. I
Yes.
need to know 5. I need to know top 5 that their bank is on that are going to be during the Super Bowl halftime.
That's right.
So
That's
that
right.
way I can look like the coolest cat of the party. No, I was
You
kidding.
can, for sure.
Oh
You can.
God. Well,
So,
I'm really excited about that. And I'm not really good about downloading and, like supporting the artists with their albums. I'm not anymore. So I'll try to do what I can, but big fan from the bleachers.
Yes, I
So,
love it. They might be the Chiefs bleachers, but heck, that's fine.
yeah, girl, she picked the right team. Okay. Like you're already okay in my book because you obviously have good taste. Okay. Like done. She could have gone after Josh Allen. Whatever, but no,
Yes.
she didn't. So
Or as she would say, she didn't go after anyone, they came after her.
that's
So
very true.
kudos for him. Yeah.
Yeah, kudos to Travis
Yeah.
for standing the tallest and being the loudest because it paid
Yes.
off.
The
Here we
John
go.
Cusack moment, right?
That's exactly right. I was thinking
Yeah.
about the John Cusack with the
The
radio.
John Cusack moment. That's right. That's right.
Oh, well, trip down
Goodness.
memory lane. I actually drove by the old Winn-Dixie, pour one out for our old
Oh,
Winn-Dixie.
pour one out for old Winn-Dixie.
And Aldi has a sign now in the marquee of the shopping center.
Oh, I didn't know that. I saw on social media the other day someone, because that's where you get all the correct answers.
Of course, either that or
Of
next door, right?
Right. I mean, pretty much, because it ain't the Ring camera. So,
Oh my God, right.
because that is trying to take off too. But anyway, I saw someone post like, "What's going on with the Ring camera or with the Winn-Dixie?"
Right.
And I like loved one of the comments because they were like, "The liquor store are open." I'm like, yeah, that's typical of Madeira Beach to be like, who cares? The liquor store's still open.
Well, and I saw some woman, yeah, it might have been the same comment where she's like, I heard that the Winn-Dixie is closed. We were just there in March and it was open. Is this true? And I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
March, bitch. I'm just kidding.
Do you know how often things change in this world?
Oh, God bless him. But no, she
Yeah.
was innocent enough. We are not busting that keyboard warrior's chops. She was on asking the honest question, but
I wanted to be like, did you just join social media now? Because I'm sure that she has seen it.
and you know what? At the end of her comment, my name is Patricia Smith, and I do not release Facebook to release any of my personal information.
Exactly.
You get that person every once in a while where every single thing they post, they think they have to include that as a disclaimer. So
They do. I do not own the rights to this music.
Facebook,
It's like, come on.
they already own
no
you.
one thinks you're Bad Bunny.
Betty.
We know that you don't own it.
Facebook already owns you. Like they already know there's nothing you can put in your post that is going to protect you at this point.
There's
like
not.
It's over.
There's just not.
At
what point do we realize that we are the marketing people and we do not pay? So therefore they can market whatever they want. But I love that one. I do not own the rights to the music. Really? Really? Because I thought you owned Bad Bunny. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah. What do you mean is not his agent? What his producer or whatever?
Yeah.
No,
exactly.
But the Aldi thing, I know
That's
it's been a couple of episodes since we talked about it. I'm still not okay with it. I'm not. It's going to happen. Hard. But it's just every day I think about it, and I think about your lovely room. It's like Doritos. I just want the Doritos.
Exactly.
I talked to somebody about this again today, and I kind of reiterated what we've already talked about on a previous episode, where I'm like,
you want the glazed donuts and the Doritos.
Know your audience. And the person actually that I was speaking to made the comment that, it will play well for the residents though. Like they will and I go, what residents? I'm sorry. There's obviously plenty of us still here, but let's not act like half of our full-time residences still have not returned.
Let's not act like the residents kept the lights on at that Winn-Dixie.
That's another thing. And I made a point to say like, okay, so I come down here for my anniversary and we want to go buy T-bones. I want to go buy lobster tails. I want to go make dinner or whatever. I want to treat yourself, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can go to Publix now. Which let's act like it's 20 miles away. Like it's the nation.
It's over the bridge.
Oh, I know.
It's over the bridge.
Well, and between you and I'm sorry, but Publix is usually a little more prouder of their stuff too.
Yeah, they are.
Price-wise. And so quality-wise, I enjoy Publix. Their stores are beautiful. They're easily be manageable. They make sense to me. I like the way that they keep their business. I like the way they run their business. But financially,
I don't like the way they train their employees, truthfully.
Yeah.
I mean, or you go to Walmart and just do curbside, whatever. There's options. It is. I'm
It is a
upset
first
about it.
world problem,
It
but it's
is.
just
It's a
kind of
first
one of
world.
those things where I was
I
just like,
saw it come up again too. So yeah,
meh.
but so that's sad. But that's even sadder that there's actually a marquee, because then that means that they're closer than that they were.
Which we need to do a drive-by, a closer drive-by than I did, because I want to see if they're dividing that store. Remember, we talked
Yeah.
about the footprint of the Winn-Dixie. I mean, unless they were putting the biggest Aldi that I've ever seen in, they probably were not going to use the entire square footage of the Winn-Dixie
No.
shopping, right? So,
No.
what else are they going to put in there? I didn't see any other signs
I
that have
mean,
been added.
can the community vote? Because we could probably come up with some ideas.
Actually, it's so funny because there I saw some comment on some other Flip page the other day, and somebody said something about they're going to have way too much room in there. What do you know? What would you like to see in it? And it wasn't anybody with any power asking what they would like to see in there. It was probably some Joe Schmo just being a nosy Nancy. So basically, people were
Someone
firing
bored
off.
out of their mind.
Somebody said a smoke shop, and some idiot was like, they already did that. Like, there is one in there, dispensary. And somebody said a strip club, and somebody said, and I'm just like, well, there goes the neighborhood, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
luckily, the private entities that probably own this building are not watching the same page and not taking it to heart, and they have a plan, and we'll wait and see.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, I mean, the city of Madeira Beach,
Yeah.
and a really big decision was made last week during the commissioner meeting, which is really exciting, I think, for the city. As we know, the
Yes.
land that is just coming over the Tom Stewart Causeway, that is on the
It's going to be on the south
side.
side of 150th
Yeah.
Tom Stewart. Yeah.
Perfect. Yep. It's been a marina that has needed some love for quite some time. And it has gone in and out of quite a few real estate hands over the course of, I mean, since I've been here, 3 or 4 people just with grand ideas of what they want to do, but
Right.
nonetheless been not developed. And I mean, really, there's a lot of reasons people go over there for it now, but one of the most dominant reasons that people go over there is to get sand, right, for the sandstorm. So for the hurricanes that come our way, but nonetheless, the city of Madeira Beach is going to purchase that land by the end of this month of October.
Yep.
And where there's some controversy, of course, because it's got a large sticker to it. But
Yeah.
you know, my thought would be, and I love to hear yours, as we've kind of talked about this, is that, you know, as a city, you need to stay in control of the land that is within city territory, and you should prosper off of that land as well if it comes available and it deems to be a responsible purchase. This is waterside, so the opportunities are endless on what they could build, what they could provide for not only the local community, which, as you and I spend almost an entire 2 hours every week talking about what they do locally, but
Yep.
this will be in a city, town, what have you, that we're seeing people scoop up things left and right and try and rebuild Madeira Beach. This gives one of the largest 4 acres worth of land that the community, the locals, the people that reside here can have a say in. And I mean, I think, you know, there are surrounding towns that don't have this opportunity. There's one that's north of us, about 10 miles, that they can't, they can't develop any more than they would love to, but they don't own the rights of 90% of their downtown area. And
Yep.
it'll never be more than what it is. And we're not trying to make it more. We're just trying to make it the best use of our land space. So
Yeah.
I'm super excited about this for the city.
I've been very quiet, and I've been
Yes.
No, you did a great job in explaining it. I'm glad that you initially brought the topic to hand. There's a few things that I would like to say about this, but I'm going to keep it to where I think that my opinion is regardless. And this is misleading for me to
And
start
mine
like this.
too, in a lot of ways. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing for me. You said everything exactly right, the way that I would want to say it. And it has to do with the fact that this property, this piece of prominent property, guys. So when you come
Mm-hmm.
on to the island of Madeira Beach, on the north side of 150th and Tom Stewart, we have a beautiful 9/11 Remembrance Park. It is the Patriots Park, right? And they're actually doing a
Yep.
renovation that has been overdue to be done
Yep.
at this very moment. And then it actually goes into a beautiful new development of downtown Madeira Beach living. But on the left-hand side, there is an immediate parcel that, you're right, has been completely demolished. There is no existing structures to my knowledge that are on the property. And I'll tell you
No.
what, actually, the last two hurricane seasons, you're not allowed to step foot on that property. You go into the Madeira
Yep.
Beach Marina to fill your
A
sandbags
marina
because
only.
that
Yep.
has been a private property now for quite a while. Like you said, during these flows of, is it happening? Is it not happening? At one point, we had heard there might be a Hilton Collection hotel that was built on it.
Correct. Yep.
Access. And that again would bring revenue and people water by land and sea to come to Madeira and spend their time and spend their money and their tourism dollars right within our city, which is great. However, I am relieved. I'm very happy that this is moving forward for the city. I feel as though this is something that we need to look at as that this is a legacy. This is something that is going to happen within our time to where the city makes this abnormally larger than normal or history proven purchase of $18 million for this property. But let's talk a little bit about the return that the city is going to see on this property.
Yeah.
By owning
Yep.
this property and then watching through the development and the allotment of the leaseholders and the money and the revenue and everything else that is going to be able to come to our city.
Correct.
Which is great because, like you talked about, there's so many beaches, barrier island cities right now. Their hands are tied. They have no
Yes.
choice because everything
They don't have any more
privately owned.
land.
And let's spoiler alert for everyone. The one we're specifically talking about is Clearwater. Clearwater, downtown Clearwater. It's been an issue for a number of years. The residences have started to take a little bit more ownership, and the citizens and taking back the rights and the say to what they want their town to be due to
Right.
a local church.
Yes. A local but national church, right?
Yeah, flagship.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean, and they grabbed it
yeah.
X amount of years ago. That, I mean, it's their right. It's their right. And I'm not saying that that's, what we're trying to avoid here. It's just,
No.
I mean, the ROI on this is
No, for me,
only
yeah,
be
for
good.
me, it's the return, the ROI, the return on the investment for the city, the legacy of this. Jan and Dick Smith might get their panties in a twist about it because they think this is going to immediately
Sure.
come out of their social security pockets. That's not
Correct.
the case, people. That's not the case. And also,
Well,
the
not when we're in shutdown anyway.
not today. No, I was kidding. It's
No,
not
those
funny.
are still
Sorry.
going on. I'm just kidding.
It's not funny. It's very serious. So, but anyway, you got to think about future generations. You got to think about what we want Madeira Beach to be for the future. And I know we've
Correct.
talked about this. Change is hard. It is hard.
Yes.
But at the
But
end
it'll
of
be
the
nice
day,
that's
do we
can't
want to
wait
see an
for it.
eyesore for the next 5 years on that property? Because that's what it's been since I've lived here.
That's
I'm
right.
sorry,
That's
but
right.
it has been. Or do we want to see something that's going to benefit one for all and all for one?
Yep.
I vote for the
Yep.
latter.
Well,
And
was it
so-
a couple weeks ago that we had someone running buck wild through there? I mean, that's
Well,
pretty much
don't
where she
tell-
was. She was running
don't-
buck wild.
Don't tell the people that we're going to lease the land to. No, it's the safest neighborhood you've ever seen. No, I'm just kidding. Totally no naked people running around randomly. You know what? It's Mad Beach, man. It's Mad Beach at the end of the day. But
I love
I
it.
digress.
I'm here
I
for
will
it.
say, I think this is an intelligent, amazing move on the city's part to see the foresight with this and how this is going to provide to the city and financially
Yeah.
work out in the benefit of the residents and just have the pride with it. But at the same
Yes.
time, I also want to mention there was a couple other pieces of property that were under consideration before. And let's just
Yeah.
say,
As there always has been, right? As there
Sure.
always has been.
Yes.
Anytime that land comes up,
Yeah.
the city of Madeira Beach wants to look and see if it's the right
Yes.
move for them. And
Yeah.
sometimes it is. Sometimes they
sometimes
explore
it's
things a
not.
little bit further, and sometimes it's not. And
the
hands
general
down,
public
all five
doesn't need to
commissioners
know of
voted
all
for
those
it.
exploratory things. We just need to know when it
No,
comes
it doesn't
time to
matter.
open up things. You know what I mean? But at the
Yep.
same time, shout out to Dylan Hubbard with Hubbard's Marina. I know he spent time with the Pinellas podcast and talked about this topic a little bit. The only thing I will say is that, and I get wanting to grab a headline, but I thought it was a little misleading into the cons of we were
Yeah.
to just tear this apart. It wound up being
Yeah.
to where we understood that this is going to be a good thing. And I hope that everyone will follow suit and not just read the headline and actually tune in to understand the benefit of that the city
Yeah,
is
I think
going
it's the
to.
sticker shock, right? I mean,
Yeah. And I
it's
get
$18
it.
million and it's unbelievable to think a city can afford that.
That's
As
crazy
we're
talk.
just all still, it is crazy talk.
It's kind of
If the
crazy talk if
hurricane
you
had
really
not
think about it,
happened,
because we're not
yes, it
downtown
is
St.
crazy talk.
Petersburg. We're not Tampa. We are a beach community of about 3,000 full-time or 3,000 residences, excuse me.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
kind of crazy talk when you
Yes.
think about it. But at the same time, look at these other beach towns. What other beach
If
towns
we had
are in the
not just had those
position to where they can
hurricanes,
actually look forward at this point for the future of their city? A lot of towns can't still,
yeah.
and they
But
can't
I
figure
think
it
it has
out.
a lot to do with the sticker shock and then the fact that we're all still trying to figure out, well, not all, but everyone at this point at their own pace is still trying to figure out what the next move is for them
For
post
them
hurricane.
personally.
And
Correct.
it's not, I mean, everyone just thinks it's the city that's slowing them down. Okay, so there's legal pieces that might be slowing them down because they have to reach compliance, but a lot of them, as we've talked to them, are just not sure still what they want to do. And until they make that decision, or they're waiting for this hurricane season to
There's
be over with
right.
before they just move forward with things. And we have to move forward. We have to move forward,
We have
and
to move
we're a
forward.
year out, and the sensitivity is not necessary. If you ask me at this point, we're a year out. We've got to move forward. It's a business decision, and it was a good one. So hats off to Madeira Beach. I'm super,
I just
super
want to raise a
happy
glass
and
to
part
our
of it.
city that we're in a position to where we're able to look at the future. Exactly. Cheers, clink clink, ching
Right?
ching.
Stay salty, sip often, right?
Oh yeah, by the way, guys, I think Stephanie might have come up with a new slogan for us, so stay tuned for
Yeah.
that. Say it again. Say it again.
Stay salty and sip often.
Yeah. If you guys like the sound of that, we might have some merch that we might be looking
Yep.
into, and we might be wearing.
Yep.
We have to get into the events that our lovely city do, but I think could we have a
Yes.
spicy seafood festival, you think?
I got to figure out who can do that for us, but we can talk about that later on. I got to think about how we get that done.
You know, leave
It's
me
got to
for
be
that.
someone
I
local.
will
Yeah,
in
we
for
have
3
to figure
days.
out. Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
exactly. Exactly.
I
Not the
think I
same
could
old seafood
afford
festival.
that. I think I could afford that. So, yes,
I think so too.
event wise. Anyway, kudos to the city of Madeira Beach. Shout out to Anne Marie Brooks and our lovely commissioners that actually saw the foresight and the future for this property. And I'm glad that it's ours. I'm glad.
Yep. Unanimous vote. It was
That's
all
right.
in. It
I'm
was
going to be
all in.
Pollyanna
So
and I'm glad. So, all right, guys.
exactly.
Speaking of the city of Madeira Beach, we got a few things we want to make sure to keep you up to date on. Last episode, we actually did talk about Hoes and Bros. Hoes and Bros. Okay, so that is the USA
That's
Patriot
next
softball
week.
game, October 18th. This is our lovely Madeira Beach firefighters, and I believe a couple of the veterans actually from the American Legion are going to
Yeah.
be playing against these Patriots, and it's all for good fun. But of course, all the proceeds are going to benefit the Veteran and Civilian Amputee Society. So stay tuned for that. October 18th, 6 to 9 o'clock at ROC Park. Let's go bring a cooler. That sounds like fun, actually.
It's super
Um,
fun.
and then the next thing I wanted to make sure we talk about is that the conversations with the mayor. If you have questions, lovely people, whether it be about the $18 million purchase, whether it be about the fact of why can't I park here, whether it be about the fact of how does this place actually run, we will see you actually on October 22nd at the Daiquiri Shack here in the shopping center at 150th and
Yep.
Gulf Boulevard, 12 o'clock sharp. Wear a shirt. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
Bob. No, just
Yeah,
kidding.
that should be good. That will be really good. I mean, there's going to be a lot of conversation. I mean, as there always is, and
Yeah.
the mayor's so good about making sure everyone's voice is heard. So I always look forward to those. So that one will be really good as well.
Well,
That's
and
the
that one's going to be
22nd Deck Shack,
22nd at the Dak Shack, and that's going to
12
be a
p.m.
batter up buttercup because then 2 days later, on
2 days
the
later.
24th of October, guys, if
Oh
you're
my
not in
God.
John's Pass, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Because
that's right.
not only is it going to be the kickoff of the John's Pass Seafood Festival's return to October on Friday the
Return to
24th,
October.
but it's also going to be the Village Friday Trunk or Treat. So you're going to have Halloween, you're going to have the seafood festival. Exactly. If you're not in John's Pass, what are you doing with your life?
That's right.
Because it's
That's
all
right.
going down on the 24th, the weekend of the
Yep.
24th in John's Pass. So we look forward to seeing you guys. Trust me, I'm going to be loitering around Stephanie's vendor booth.
Yep. Yep. That's
So
right.
you want to come grab yourself any of our lovely stickers. I'm sure we'll have plenty to hand out. Again, remember, you like us and sticker responsibly. Girl, that weekend, we better get our beauty sleep.
Crazy.
We gotta get our rest.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna need the energy gummies, the Gatorade gummies, all the gummies. So
yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Yeah, that whole week, I think it's just, well, we knew the end of October was getting a little crazy for us, so we'll go for it.
And then we leisurely
we'll go for
just
it. We're in for it.
And then on the 31st, we just get to leisurely go act like we know how to play golf, which I still don't have the appropriate shoes for.
No, me neither. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We got time. We got time. We got plenty of time.
We have plenty of
We do.
We have plenty of time. But guys, you know what? There's so much going on in October. I don't even want to go a month out from now to tell you about all the amazing things going on, because buckle up. November is going to be just the same. It will.
That's right.
But at the end
That's the holidays for us, right?
Right. But in November, hopefully we can all be sighing a sigh of relief that we have made it on the other side and we didn't have to yell at Dennis Phillips, "We were on a break."
That's right.
Oh my God.
That's
Is there
exactly
anything
right.
else that we think we need to tell the
No,
listeners?
I think that's it. Yeah, and we wanted to do a quick shout out to the Seabird Sanctuary, because I know,
my God, thank you.
that Seaside Sanctuary, because they were burglarized again over the weekend, and
Yes.
Of course, the pettiness I mean, the only way they can put it out is through social media, just asking for their help to stop this from happening.
Yes.
But of course, the comments were just, sometimes they're just rude. But I have been someone that has taken a sick pelican to the Seabird Sanctuary.
Yes.
After hours.
Right.
And they have to keep that open. There is, like, I have taken so many that I can't even count there, wherein I've had to shove them, and terrifyingly, but have to take this huge bird and put them in a cage so that they can take care of them. And believe me, no one's there, but you call them and you let them know you're bringing one in. The amazing volunteers react, and we'll be there on site, but they have lives too. And at the very least, the bird will be better off, even if it's treated the next morning, than where it was currently at. If
it was exposed to the elements, at least it's safe there. It's safe there and it's stable there, and it's an unfortunate
so they
condition.
had that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had that break-in over the weekend where their donation box.
Yeah, people are disgusting, unfortunately, but as a society and human beings, hopefully we can come together to cancel out that disgusting.
Yeah.
Because the Seaside Bird Sanctuary in Indian Shores, Florida, I'm gonna admit, like, I didn't know that you had ever actually taken a bird there. We've called them multiple times about birds that we were unable to capture, that we wanted to give them a heads up that we see, living so close to the water, especially with all the fishing, boat traffic and everything like that. And let's be honest, a lot of these local birds, they're not completely domesticated, but they're friendly enough and not scared of humans to a level where, unfortunately, sometimes they put themselves in positions where they get hurt.
They do.
And I really can't let my brain dwell about the people that actually
you can't
hurt them, because I will go on a mass murder. So
that's right.
But the Seaside Bird Sanctuary, Indian Shores, Florida, they have a lovely donation box. And not only can you actually put injured birds for the staff to then help, but
take care of,
supplies, guys. They are a 501(c)(3), completely reliant upon the fact of public support. Okay. So please, please, please take the time to go to seasidebirdsanctuary.org. There's multiple ways in which you can actually give back.
Donate.
They actually have an Amazon wish list that they update regularly. So if you'd like to go ahead and purchase something to be mailed directly to them. I just saw too that they're working locally with Publix. I have to assume the one we were talking about right across the bridge.
Right.
And so when it comes to the fresh foods that are necessary for the patient birds that are in their care, the Publix grocery store is the one to actually purchase. You know, there's certain types of fruits, there's certain types of foods that actually the birds can get that help restore their energy, their nutrients, and things like that. You can also volunteer your time, guys, because there's so many birds that are still in their sanctuary that are still on the mend, but there's enclosures that need attendant to, you know?
Yeah,
These
they
are
do.
animals,
Yep.
so they need help in making sure that they can make sure that all these birds are in the best environments that they need to heal themselves. And of course, I also want to mention they have permanent residences because they're not just, unless it's completely humane and necessary, they're not just going to euthanize guys. So you have birds that have not been able to, due to their trauma, be released back into the wild. And so this beautiful sanctuary actually houses them for life and allows them to have,
which makes it almost a looking center for people if you want to go visit, and it's free.
too. It's educational too. So also, if you're in the area, please take the time to stop by their beautiful sanctuary. They have an amazing beachfront rooftop deck. The pelican enclosure is back open. All of their bird enclosures are.
Yes.
So if you have any, you know, if you guys also want to ask us again on our social pages how you can help, we have no problem telling you, because this is I feel like this is an organization that's near and dear to both of our hearts.
Yes, it is.
And when you live in this area and you work in this area on the water, the same birds. It's the same birds. And so even if they're not our pets, we have an affinity for them. And I will kill
and
them.
a right.
No,
and a right to, you know, exactly. And a right to look out for them.
And I will kill for them. So not to quote Taylor Smith, but I will protect this
That's
family.
right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I will protect this family.
No, thank you so much for making sure to mention that, because I did want to mention that in tonight's episode.
Yeah.
This unfortunate secondary break-in that happened on their donation box on their property in the middle of the night. That is a special piece of shit. And I know that there's beautiful beings out there that'll say, well, obviously that person is in a very desperate place and they must need that more than you do.
Yeah.
No. You did not break into a house. You broke into a sanctuary with very specific things in that donation box. You piece of shit. Sorry.
Yes, exactly.
Anyway,
exactly.
So if you want to find them on Facebook and then see if you recognize that guy and we can light the torches and pitchforks together, I'm down.
That's right. We can do it all.
In the meantime, let's support the Seaside Bird Sanctuary anywhere we can. Motion pass.
Yes.
There we go.
Motion pass.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to actually let Stephanie take us out because I don't want to mess up her new tagline, and I want tagline.
Oh, the pressure. Okay, well, thanks for joining us again. As always, we super appreciate your time. You can always find us on YouTube. You can find us on Spotify. We have our socials. And Caitlin and I do our reels ourselves, actually. And we do Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Yeah, we do.
You know, the talk. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. And we have fun watching them too. So we like to do them. So
we hope you do too.
That's right. So we hope you do too. And thanks for all the support that you've given us. And in the meantime, stay salty and sip often. See you next week.
God, that sounds good.